Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Derek Anderson and I will be showing you select works from my 11 weeks in Biology 102 and relating them to the 9 course outcomes in a couple of verbal sentences. Here we have a diagram of an American crow that I observed moving along my backyard fence line. My depiction of the event demonstrates my ability to represent the physical characteristics of an animal. This assignment required me to classify certain marine invertebrates by phylum. The characteristics of such organisms were key in discerning the group to which they belonged. This is an illustration of a cell and the subsequent protein synthesis taking place within it. I believe this presents my capacity to show the organization of a cell's structure and function. Additionally, a double helix is broken down in this diagram. More of the structure and function of DNA is explained here. Before you is a copy of my notes from the Section 1A Biotis Guide. This is perhaps my best effort to transcribe facts and convey my perception of such information. I always look for creative ways to represent science history, and this visualization accomplishes that, I think. Let me tell you, this was a cool interaction that I had with a burrowing owl in Arizona. It was fairly unexpected and I'll remember it for a long time. This assignment best represents my journaling of an animal present in the wild. At first glance, you may not necessarily see a visual connection with an animal. However, I believe that my outlined desire to interact with animals in the wild fulfills the corresponding learning outcome. This is a copy of my field notes taken for the Section 2B media assignment. I was unable to travel for such a task and was relegated to detailing the intricacies of my backyard. I believe this work shows my ability to forge a connection with my local community. One tenet of this learning outcome is establishing a connection with garden science. I consider my ongoing organism care experiment and the preceding outline, as you see here, to conform to that. Here is a description of geographic processes that led to the formation of the Elephant Knees and Sandstone Canyon structures in Southern California. I had previously read an article regarding the area in the National Geographic magazine and ended up visiting myself at a later date with my brother. Recently, I watched a viral video from the Natural History Museum of London on YouTube, and it mentioned Carl Linnaeus. Remembering that the topic had been mentioned before in this course, I found my answer to a quiz in which I summarized his significance to the scientific world. This quiz answer demonstrates my capacity to connect current culture with science. This is my current field kit, complete with directions to possible locations for observations of animals. It's my opinion that such a setup will enable me to better study and handle such beings in a safe manner. This outline for a different species of earthworm than the previous outline reveals that I have investigated the idea of long-term care and safe handling of an organism, as the learning outcome suggests. Researching organisms and their environments are key in the field of biology, and part of achieving that involves the collection and analysis of data. Before you is one example of my attempts to do as such in the local vicinity of my home. The assignment before you expands on the 3B Population Quadrat Media assignment, providing a more detailed bar chart/analysis of the data presented. Discovery is probably the most important tentpole of science, and I believe my interpretation of the barking seals demonstrates my proficiency in that arena. Although the screenshots included are from the instructor-provided videos, I have no doubt that my observations would not have been any different, as I have witnessed this exact phenomenon in the past. This predator-prey experiment allowed me to use reasoning and science study skills to arrive at a conclusion about the interactions between the species present. To wrap up, I'd like to thank Dr. Blair and Mr. Lavery for making these complex topics comprehensible for me. For that, they have my sincerest gratitude. Thank you for viewing this presentation, and until next time, take care.